What's up, YouTubers? You checking in today. We're gonna go over a little cryptocurrency live to see to get your latest and what's going on and what's happening in Bitcoin. I do appreciate everybody who's stopping by the stream today to check it out. As you know, Bitcoin has taken a little bit of a dump over the last few days, but we'll check all that out and just go over a few charts and see exactly what we can make of all this. And so thanks for tuning in. If you're stopping by, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. As you can see, I got a goal that I want to reach over the next month or so. I want to hit 100 subscribers. So if you stop by the chat, go ahead and help me out and hit that subscribe button and like this video, especially if you want to stay up to date on what's going on in cryptocurrency. And if you stumble by this video on accident and you're not quite sure what to think of cryptocurrency, and you are interested in getting involved in cryptocurrency, just email me at klewis198724@gmail.com. That's KLEWIS 24@gmail.com. I offer cryptocurrency consultation programs and mentorship programs, very, very affordable, to bring you up to speed on everything crypto. So let's check this out. Let's get into it. Let's check out your top 5 cryptocurrencies. As of this moment, you got Bitcoin up 3.84%. up to $9,778. You have Ethereum up 7.45%, up to $212.64. You have XRP, the banker's dream, up 5.54%, up to 31 cents. You have Litecoin, that is partnered with the Miami Dolphins and the UFC, sponsored by UFC, up 13.52%. up to $89.27. And Bitcoin Cash, the newbie's confusion, up 4.38%, all the way up to $294.74. Let's take a look at your biggest gainers for today. In the last 24 hours, you have Nano, I have a bag, up 28.02%, up to $1.15. You have Ardor, up 15%, up to 6 pennies. You have Chainlink. I stayed away from Chainlink. I missed that whole pump on Chainlink, up 14.08%, up to $2.49. And you have Litecoin, one of the biggest gainers, and also in your top 5 cryptos, up 13.52%, up to $89.27. And let's look at your biggest losers. You have Lambda, down 6.19%, down to 21 cents. ABBC coin, the alcoholics cryptocurrency, that's what it sounds like, down 4.79%, down to 18 cents. You have crypto.com. Hey, can't argue with the name of that one, down 4.48%, all the way down to $4.57. You have Clipper coin. I wonder, does Quad Leonard have any affiliation with that one? Down 3.86%, down to 2 pennies. Let's look at some charts. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Again, YouTubers, traders, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I have a goal. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers by the end of August. Let's pound that like button and let's hit that subscribe button, especially if you want to just stay in the know with crypto. I'm going to take it back a few days. Traders, as you can see, got a lot of lines and words on this graph, but I'm going to take the time to break that down for you really, really quick. This is going to be a relatively short stream. I'm streaming later than my normal time. My normal time is usually about 10 o'clock every night. Catch me live so you can stay in the know with everything crypto. A few days ago, traders, I caught this head and shoulders pattern. If you're not familiar with the head and shoulders pattern just denotes a reversal in price action. You have the regular head and shoulders pattern. You have an inverse head and shoulders pattern. The inverse head and shoulders pattern denotes there will be a reversal in price action, usually up to the upside. The traditional head and shoulders pattern, as you see here, just think of shoulders and head, head and shoulders. The regular head and shoulders pattern denotes a price to the downside. And if you follow me on Facebook, I called this out on Facebook. You can catch me on Facebook at Crypto and Travel as well, and Instagram. Follow my Instagram at Crypto and Travel. If you go back and look at my Facebook page, I called this out beautifully on my Facebook page, where I found this head and shoulders pattern that was forming. And I said in that Facebook post that if we broke this neckline, neckline, head, shoulders, neckline, if we broke this neckline, that we were gonna go down from there. And that's exactly what happened. Traders, head and shoulders usually indicate price reversal. That's exactly what we had. We fell into this fallen wedge, which a fallen wedge geometrical shape denotes that we will go up in price, and that's exactly what we had. And traders, if so, just follow me on Facebook, man. I call all this on Facebook. I drew this trend, this nice handy dandy trend line, and I denoted that if we fell below this trend line, that we will continue to fall. And back here when I first drew this, I said in my also check out my last YouTube video as well. I called this out to a T, traders, that if we came down to this area, we would have a bounce off this trend line. That's exactly what happened. And as traders, we don't expect anything to happen. We just use a little technical analysis like I'm doing here, and you just buy into a position. So I bought into this position to see if the trade panned out in which it did, and I got a nice little 10%. I got a nice little 10% off of this trade here that I took. You see, we had actually it was 11%, but I got out before then because I knew we was gonna use the moving average as a little resistance. Well, that's what I assumed anyway. But I got like a nice little 10% off this trade, traders, and I called it to a T. And like I said, as traders, we don't expect anything. We just use TA to figure out a point where we can get in and get out. We don't expect anything, because once you start expecting and things don't work out to your favor, your emotions start to get involved. And when your emotions get involved, and it doesn't pan out the way that you expect it to pan out, that's when your emotions get involved, and that usually affects your next trade. So you don't really expect anything. Just use TA to kind of figure out where to get in and get out. You just use TA to figure in when to get out, when to get in and get out. Just use the TA and let the trend be your friend. You don't really expect, because you get emotional when you start expecting things and things don't go out and you lose a little money. So that's not what we do. And I also denoted too. Let's look at my last two videos, that if we did break this trend line, that we will fall right here perfectly on this support, and that's where we will have our bounce. So again, those were two areas where you just buy in and just let the TA be your friend, and let the trend be your friend, and you just buy in at those points and see if it works out. But you also protect your investment with a nice solid stop loss. I do 10 to 15%, and I'll explain that in some more videos, traders. This is gonna be a relatively short video. Just want to get a feel what Bitcoin is doing, and we bounced perfectly off of this trend line, and I think that was due in large part of the bullish divergence on the MACD. Just to get you familiar with a few terms that you'll be hearing as you subscribe to this channel and like my videos, you will hear bullish and bearish. Bullish is just a sentiment that the price goes up. Bearish is a sentiment that the price is gonna go down. So we had bullish divergence on the MACD. And what divergence is, I'll explain that really quick. As you can see, I'm gonna pull up the MACD here. This is bullish divergence. You can see we created higher lows on the MACD, and all what that means is that, as you can see, we continued to trend down here physically on the chart. You see, this was a low here at this point, and just pay attention here at the bottom. So as this lines up, you see here, this was a low here, right? We created a low here, and then we created another low here and another low here, right? But inversely on the MACD, we created higher lows. These are lower lows and these are higher lows. So when you see that happening on the MACD and the RSI, where you're creating lower lows on the chart but higher lows on the MACD, that denotes that this trend, this move down is getting weak, because you are creating higher lows here on the MACD but lower lows on the chart. So that's one indicator that will let you know that this trend to the downside was weakening, because we were creating higher lows here and lower lows here on the actual chart. So anytime that happens where you create higher lows on the MACD but lower lows on the chart, that signifies that this move to the downside is getting weaker. And as you can see right here, like clockwork, to this bullish divergence, we made a move up. But that's not to say that everything is all good, because we still have heavy resistance here at the $10,000 mark. As you can see, this support right here, you can see the support where price bounced here around in that area, around in that 9,700, 10,000 mark. That's a heavy area of resistance. So we got to break this resistance. And I also use moving averages too, traders. Before I can get any bullish sentiment, meaning the price is going to start going back up, we have to climb above this 13-day moving average and start to close above it. And simultaneously, the 13-day moving average is also right there in line with this trend line that I drew days ago. So we have to get above this trend line and get above this 13-day moving average and start closing above that before we can even expect to have another move up. If that doesn't happen, you can expect to see more continued downward momentum. And just to give you a little overview on the 13 and 34-day moving averages, it's just that this pink line, that's the 13-day moving average. The blue line is the 34-day moving average. And as we go back in time, as you can see that anytime we get a cross upward with the 13 crossing above the 34-day moving average, that's what happens to the price. That's a bullish cross. So as we get a cross up with the 13, the pink line crossing the 34-day moving average, which is the blue line, as you can see, each time the price goes up. And one rule of thumb that I use is that I don't trust the first cross. I always put my bid in on the second one, because as you can see here, we had to cross up, which was a good thing. That was a good. Let's see, from this initial cross, we can measure that move. From that initial cross, look at that, traders. That initial cross got you over a 50% gain if you had entered on that trade. I can't make this stuff up. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You just look back in the past. When you're in doubt, you just zoom out and look at the past to help predict the future. That's one of the key rules that I follow when I trade. If you want to know the future, you always have to look to your past. And in real life, we say that if you don't learn from the past, you're doomed to repeat it. It's the same thing in trading, traders. So here we got that cross on the 13 and 34-day moving average. You had a 50%. You could have got 50% on that trade if you had a cap there right. I'm not gonna get into the Fibonacci on this video. I'd like to take it easy to gradually introduce my new subscribers. And if you're looking at this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I like to introduce my new viewers gradually into the game, into the world of trading. So I'm not gonna get into too much complexity on this stream. As you follow me and as you watch me, I get more complex as we go. But I just want my new viewers to, not be overwhelmed and actually be a little entertained and educated on these streams. But yeah, as you can see, you look in the past, every time the 13-day moving average, the pink line, crosses above the blue, you have a move up in price. I mean, it's like clockwork. And even here, we took a little dip above, but we came back. Let me zoom in so you can see this. Each time we had a little dip here, but we recovered. We came back and tested it, and we recovered again. Came back and tested it, and we recovered. So the 13 and 34-day could be a simple strategy that you use to introduce you into this world of trading. And as you can see here, when we had to cross down, you can see that the price action suffered. Look at the price; it suffered these bearish candles. So, and you can just use that as long as we stay above the 13-day moving average, that's a bullish sign. And right now, present day, it's bearish. An easy indicator to look at. Its price is steadily closing below the 13-day moving average. You see, we're below the 13-day moving average, and I will not enter a trade until we can start to close above the 13-day moving average. And as you can see right here, we had this, what to me it symbols a gravestone doji. I teach candles and how to read candles as well. You can see here we had a which resembles a gravestone doji candle, and what that does, that symbolizes a bearish move in price. And ever since we had this gravestone doji, look at the price. And here we had this bullish engulfing candle. We had all this selling pressure here, but we've reached this support, which I denoted in my last video. We reached this support with this bearish engulfing candle because this red candle just engulfed this last buying pressure we had. We had a bearish engulfing candle, and then look, then we got a bullish engulfing candle. So it's just, let's watch this price action. Let's look at these indicators, which we are not oversold yet, but we are just at a 38% on the RSI, so we still have a lot of room to go down if this trend doesn't reverse. So we'll see. We're at a crucial area of resistance here, which is about $10,000, which also coincides with this trend line, and also the same area of that 13. So that's about it, traders. We're going to look and see if we can start to close above this 13-day moving average, and if we do, we can expect a little bit more bullish sentiment. But until we do, I will not personally make any moves unless you plan on shorting Bitcoin to make some profits that way. But that's it in a nutshell tonight. This was going to be a relatively short stream, as I mentioned. But if you tuned in to this live stream, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, so that way I can keep footage like this coming. And I'm gonna get more into the political side of cryptocurrency too during my live streams. And I also got to mention travel. This is the channel of Crypto and Travel, where we trade cryptocurrencies and we travel, you guys. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I'm gonna go ahead and check out. I will catch me tomorrow night around about 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the time that I go live. So if you want to stay in the know with crypto, just hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. And if you are interested in cryptocurrency but don't know where to go, just email me at klewis198724@gmail.com. I offer consultations and mentorship programs that's very affordable, just to get you in the know on everything crypto. I'm out. Peace, you guys. I'll see you all next time. Y'all have a great night or day, depending on what time you're looking at this stream. Holla.